on, guys? So we are going to be headed over to drop off the flywheel from the yellow Cobra because that needs to be resurfaced. We're also going to try to get an alignment in the Bullitt. That's why we are in the Bullitt. It's still not tuned yet. It's just on the base tune, so hopefully we can get some data logging going today with Tony. Yeah, let's go head over there. All right, we're going to go drop off the flywheel here. Flywheel's dropped off. The Bullitt is looking good. Well, no luck on an alignment for today. They are packed, so we'll have to come back another day. All right, well, hopefully we can get some tuning in on this thing today, because that's really what I want to do, is be able to hit some boost finally. So I just recorded another log, and I'm going to send this off to Tony. Just did an RPM slow rev up to 3,500 RPM. We got AFR on our orange wire that's coming off the AEM. Alright, Tony just sent me version 2, so we're going to go load it and log that. Alright, so we're just doing idle logging. It's the middle of the day, so hopefully we can make a little bit of noise. Just some idle logging here without having to go somewhere else. Alright, we're going to select this one, mod 2. Ignore how messy the car is. I still haven't even really cleaned this one. We're not going to change any values there. Continue. We're just using an SCT X4 for this. Turn off, turn on, and we will begin flashing the file. So Tony is remote tuning this, and we're able to do this because, especially on an older Mustang, a newer Mustang, remote tuning is very easy. But on an older Mustang, you need air to fuel ratio, especially on a boosted application. So we actually have the AEM wideband hooked in. We have the FireWire cable comes through over there. We're able to data log. I actually exported my config file to a DLX file, so I can actually record one log on here and then go bring it inside and pull it up on the computer without having to have a computer set up in here. Personally, if I'm only recording one log, that's the way I like to do it. So yeah, we're gonna get that started. I will have to warm this up to operating temperature, but after that we should be able to record the log. All right, I just finished loading that. I'm gonna turn it off and start her up, and we will data log this one and send it over to Tony once it gets warmed up. Alright, just recorded another log, just revving up and doing some other stuff, so I'm going to go bring this inside, send the log off, then we'll get another revision back and keep doing that. Alright, we got revision 3 we're going to load on the car. Same thing. Alright, we're going to let this load and start up and log it again. Alright, that's done. Turn key off. There we go. I'm going to start logging again. Alright, loading file 4. Basically what we're doing is dialing the fuel and math curve. So once that's done, then we'll be cleared for wide open throttle and start making boost. Hopefully everything's good there. Alright guys, it is the next day. We're continuing this video here. We're still working on tuning the Bullitt, getting the math dialed in with Tony. Huge shout out to Tony, remote tuning the car. We just finished up loading a file here. Go check out his Facebook page. There's going to be a link down in the description. Drop it a like, and he does a lot of cool stuff, so definitely check it out. Cold start. Well, we're gonna let this warm up and record some more data logging. I do have an important update on the Cobra. We got the G-force axles ordered, so they're gonna be here in a few weeks. So we'll have the Cobra back pretty soon. So yeah, let's get this thing data logged and we'll see. All right, well, since it's still, I mean, now it's getting about to the time where I could data log, but I'm just gonna data log out in the back of a parking lot rather than at home. And then pretty soon I'll be doing it at home. I think if I'm data logging the car in the middle of the day, making some noise, revving it up, not really too big of a deal when it's the middle of the day, but when it's the morning, I don't want to wake up the neighbors. So we're gonna data log here and further improve it. Fueling is getting much closer. It's been hovering around 14.7, 15.3 for the idle. Just finding this MAF curve, and Tony's just touching it up so that that's all good. Once you have the MAF curve set, then you can start trying to do pulls and making sure that fueling is good, and then add some timing in. Boost wise, this is only on about 7 or 8 psi with the wastegate spring. Luckily we got a boost gauge too, so we'll be able to monitor that, make sure it doesn't boost creep or anything like that on the street. Alright, so basically we just data log some RPM. This helps us dial in the MAF curve, and obviously, just as I told you yesterday, that all hooks into over there. So I'm gonna leave it a little bit more idle time and then send this log over to Tony. All right, we have been cleared for wide open throttle. I am so ready. I mean, we're only doing, I think Tony said 2,500 to 4,500 in third gear. So we're gonna build a little bit of boost. Basically just gathering some data to make sure things are okay. See what boost does, but this is gonna be the first time getting into boost because I have not built anything past, I don't know, 5 or 10 vacuum, which is not boost, so I'm really excited. All right, gonna turn AC off, start logging. We're gonna do 2,000 to 4,500 in third gear. Gonna get in that broken third gear. There we go. In third gear, first time trying to make boost, make sure we're logging, and full throttle. Not bad, we made very, very little boost, but not bad. Little boost, but everything is good. It did make some turbo noise. So all right guys, we're loading our next tune. Tony went ahead and did some revisions, and we're gonna go do a 2,000 to 5,000 RPM wide open throttle pull. Still just dialing in fuel and MAF curve. Once you do that, then we can start improving power, possibly increase the wastegate spring, because I didn't see very much boost, but I do know that this boost gauge has never really been that accurate, so we'll see how it goes. Alright, so we are logging. Just made it out to Mexico. Alright guys, so unfortunately, well, kind of my fault, I never checked the plugs in this car since I bought it, so we're going to pull the plugs out and either gap them or buy new plugs, because we were getting spark blowout. That's why I hesitated on the last pull. I was looking at the log and Tony looked at the log, and first question he asked is spark plugs. So we're going to check the gap on them. Usually with boost, you definitely want a smaller gap than a NA 2 valve, so we're going to pull these out, see where they're at, see the condition of the plugs, and replace if necessary, or just gap. So let's go ahead and do it. Alright, so first plug's coming in at about 35 thousandths. It's pretty hot, but it's a BR7EF plug, so I gotta see if that's a colder series plug or just a stock plug. And I might just go grab some NGK TR6s and just pull all the plugs out and replace them. Alright, this left side was a super pain in the ass to get out. The throttle body was apparently like glued on, there was no gasket. And finally got that off, got the piping off and all the coils out, so now I gotta pull the rest of the spark plugs. Alright guys, so we got the plugs pulled on the car. I'm probably just gonna wrap up the video here because I got some more stuff to do. I'm gonna go grab some TR6 plugs, I'm gonna gap them. I don't really need to film all that process, but at least we got to make some boosts today. I was pretty sure when it hesitated like that it was spark blowout, which typically means that the plugs are not a colder step or they're not gapped right, and these actually have some inconsistencies in the gap. So we are going to pause it today on the tuning. Make sure you go check out Tony's page, Tuners Inc. It's down in the description. Just drop it a like. Huge shout out to him for helping tune the turbo Bullitt, and we will have this thing up and running, making full boost pretty soon. So spark plugs, gotta get some gasket maker for the throttle body, or a gasket if we can find one. So yeah, that's about it. Cobra, we're gonna be working on that. I'm gonna drop this video today. Should get the parts in soon for that. So yeah.